really want to do, but he did it, and he did it incredibly well. There were a lot of leakers. He found out the leakers. And when he didn't find out who the leaker was in a certain area, he fired everybody. And he went into one room where there was leaks coming out. These are long-term problems that these various places have had. And he said, who's the one that leaked this? And they wouldn't admit it, so he fired the whole room. And he did a good job, I'll tell you. He was very good. And during this transition period, I asked Rick if he would run it, because we wanted to see. And if you remember when we first took it over, I didn't do it with enthusiasm. I did it because somebody had to do it, had to turn it around, because it was failing. It would have closed, and physically it would have almost fallen down. It was in very bad shape. The steel columns outside, as an example, were meant to be covered. You know, exposed steel is unusual to have in building. What I do best in life is build. I build buildings really well and under budget and ahead of schedule. That's what I do, unlike the Fed building, which is going to cost billions of dollars. It may never open. I mean, right now, we have a wonderful Kevin, a wonderful new head of the Fed coming in. I don't know if he'll ever be able to occupy this complex that was destroyed by Jerome, too late, Powell. I call him too late because he's always too late with interest. Should cut interest rates. He should cut them right now. They should have a special meeting. What's a better time to cut interest rates than now? A third-grade student would know that. But that's a terrible thing. But what I do is build. I build great stuff. And what we're going to do is, right outside. In fact, if you look behind me, see the nice gold curtains? If you want to look into a nice foundation and you want to see a lot of work, very deep, very, very deep for specific reasons, we have a magnificent ballroom being built, because this is the biggest room, and it holds like 98 people for dinner. But behind me, you're going to have a ballroom that this building and the people occupying it, in particular, every president for 150 years has clamored for a ballroom, a large, beautiful room. This is a cocktail room, and this whole floor will end up being a cocktail room for the cocktail area, or pre-area for the ballroom before dinners. So we'll have heads of state. We can't even do a heads of state dinner. Usually what they do is they would do them on the lawn with a tent. But when it rains, the lawn is very low. And you know the land in Washington. It was built on swampy, wet land. And when it rains and you have the king of Saudi Arabia, we have, as an example, the king of the UK, I would say king of England, who's a great guy. He's coming in very soon. And when it rains, you know what happened? The rain would go over their feet. It would be about 4 or 5 inches over their shoes. This was not good. And it rained a lot. So we're building, finally, because I do that. And by the way, no taxpayer money. I want to put that, zero. It's on time, on budget. It'll be under budget. We're having it under budget, other than we've upgraded it in terms of the marbles we're using. We're using onyx.
अमरीकी सदर डोनाल्ड ट्रंप गुफ्तगू कर रहे थे। उन्होंने कहा कि ईरानी बहरी जहाज़ तबाह किए हैं, 100 से ज़ायद ईरानी बहरी जहाज़ों को गर्क कर दिया गया है। हमले के बाद ईरानी हमलों में 90% कमी आई है। ईरान के दिफाई निज़ाम को तेज़ी से तबाह किया। जिन मुल्कों का तेल आबनाए हुर्मुज़ से गुजरता है, उनसे कहते हैं कि वो आगे आएँ। ईरान पर हमलों में ज़्यादातर फ़ौजी और तजारती अहदाफ को निशाना बनाया गया।
अब खबर यह है कि ट्रंप ईरान के खिलाफ जंग का महाज खोलकर बड़ी मुसीबत में फंस गए हैं। अमरीकी सदर को बड़ा झटका। बरतानिया, जापान और ऑस्ट्रेलिया का आबनाए हुर्मुज़ खुलवाने के लिए ट्रंप की अपील पर मदद से साफ इनकार।
बहरी जहाज न भेजने का ऐलान कर दिया। अमरीकी सदर की बेचैनी बढ़ने लगी है। धमकियों पर उतर आए हैं। बोले कि आबनाए हुर्मुज़ खुलवाने में मदद ना मिली तो नेटो का अंजाम बुरा होगा।
ईरान के खिलाफ जंग अमेरिका के गले पड़ गई। जारहाना पॉलिसियों के बाइस ट्रंप तन्हा रह गए, कोई साथ देने को तैयार नहीं। 100 साल पुराने इत्तेहादी ने भी लाल झंडी दिखा दी। ईरान के खिलाफ